Uh-huh. 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 Yeah. Blue skies. Sunshine. What a day. Let's take a walk now.
Hello and welcome back to the Weeb Squad podcast. Another 2 weeks gone by, but we're still here. I am one of your four glorious hosts, Tyro.
It's your boy Morpheus drinking a 40 in a death basket. Nah, I'm just kidding. It's me, He-Man.
Hey, it's me, Nightwing. Why are we still doing this?
It's me, Potato Nick. I don't know if I'm talking or not because it's really laggy where I am right now.
Ooh, you got that New
Yeah.
York Wi-Fi?
I'm lagging too, but at least I can pick
Oh,
up
did
enough,
I
I
not
guess.
speak? I was talking that entire time. I'm lagging to shit.
Well, either way, we are the Weeb Squad podcast. Thanks for tuning in. Today we got it's been a interesting 2 weeks. The Grammys happened. We won't be talking about that, but Kendrick Lamar won Best Rap Album. That's all that matters. Anyways,
Little clap.
let's get right into it with our main segment of Story Time with the Weeb Squad.
Hey.
Who would like to go first and tell their beautiful story?
I'll start off. Mine's kind of small. So, I think a few months ago, McDonald's released the Grand Mac and the Little Mac and the normal Big Mac, like a special thing. And I never got to try it. And I was really upset because the Big Mac's one of my favorite McDonald's items. And then, so yesterday I went to go get McDonald's, and I was like, I'll get a Big Mac. And then the cashier guy goes, "Would you like to try the Grand Mac?" And I went, ho ho ho, and I yelled at the mic, "Hell yeah, my dude!" And yeah, I got the Grand Mac. I got to try it. It's the only way to eat the Big Mac, so I recommend everyone go get that before they take it away again.
Shill.
So
All right, who wants to go next?
I'll tell my story. I got a cute little one. Well, over the weekend, I'll start off with saying my family, we have a cabin that we all use, and it's a cute little log style, log cabin style cabin down by the river here in Ohio. And it's really cute. We go fishing, kayaking, hunting, noodling, wrestling, hog tying, gator wrestling, all that good country wholesome stuff. And so I decided to take my girl there for the weekend, just like because when you go out there, there's absolutely no cell phone service whatsoever. You're basically just disconnected from the world and you're one with nature. And I love it. So, before I go, I have my cousin, we get the fireball, get the coronas, get all the fun liquids out there. And it's just me and her in the weekend in the woods. It was just a fun time. That's all I can say. Got to, talk a lot, get to know each other even better, and just, go see the animals. It was too cold to go kayaking, sadly. I would have loved to do that. But yeah,
that's awesome.
It was just a fun, relaxing weekend, just me and her, no one else.
I freaking love log cabins.
Oh yeah.
So nice and
Plus
chill.
also, yeah, made s'mores, watched movies, made chili dogs on the open fire. It was great.
All right, Potato Nick, do you want to go or should I go?
Perfect timing. Actually, got my internet problem solved, or for the moment. This is like from a long time ago when VHSs were still a thing. I'm sure our audience remembers VHSs, but if you don't, they were like
Oh, I do.
The cartridges you put in the VCR to make the movies go wow. And I remember me and my like brothers and sisters were watching a Sesame Street movie, and in the middle of the movie, it just like switched to this like this random footage of like some guy's trip. It wasn't like anyone I knew, but it was just like this person's trip, and we just continued watching it because we didn't know like when would Sesame Street come back on. I don't remember what happened next, but
Man, that's spoopy.
it's not really. It's kind of more of a nostalgic thing.
Well, was it like some random person's trip, or no one you knew?
It was no one I knew. It was just some random guy.
Where did you get the VHS tape? Like, did you have this previously, or like?
I don't know. I don't remember.
It'd be funny if you went to Blockbuster, rented a VHS tape of Sesame Street, plug it in. It's just someone's nature trail.
Oh, no.
All right. Well, I guess I'll tell my story next. All right. I'll tell one similar to one similar to He-Man's. This is about a trip I took not too long ago, but I think I was either in high school or going into college. I don't remember. But I went to the mountains here in Tennessee, up to Gatlinburg. My dad managed to rent a cabin. No, I remember this now. It was actually sophomore year of high school. So my dad rented a cabin. He knew a guy that had one, gave him a good deal on it. And we go up to the mountains to, do mountain things.
Shoot some deer.
Not quite that mountain, but anyways, Gatlinburg, for those that don't know, the Tennessee Smoky Mountain National Park is the most visited national park in the country. So imagine a city basically built around the fact that it's the most visited national park in the country. Gatlinburg is basically a tourist trap of all tourist traps. They got attractions left and right, and we got to enjoy all of it. It's fantastic. They have these like weapons stores down in Gatlinburg. Probably not anymore. I bet they all burned up in the fire. But yeah, there was a big wildfire here not too long ago. Anyways, yeah, they had these weapon stores. You can get like real keyblades and like Zelda swords that would actually cut things. Like, it's crazy. And of course, moonshine and thousands upon thousands of miniature golf courses. And man, we had a blast doing all that. We got to go to Dollywood Splash Country, which is like a big water park, and that was fun. Even though I just love going around the lazy river on the raft countless times, it's still fun. And one of the things about that trip that stood out the most was the food. We literally had some of the best food I've had in my entire life on that trip. And it's sad because the best steakhouse I've been to in my life was in Gatlinburg, and I can't go anymore because it burned down in the fire that I mentioned earlier. So, yeah, but even so, that's one of my fondest memories, and I miss Gatlinburg. Anyways, let us move forward in our recording. All right. Next up, our topic is the KSI versus Joe Weller boxing match.
This was such a good, it was such a good production.
For you guys that don't know, recently, YouTuber known as KSI, the guy that he got big playing FIFA, I think.
Yeah, no, he was a big FIFA player. You know, he opened packs and screamed and all around. It was pretty funny, entertaining. I love his old stuff. His new stuff was good too.
Yeah,
He's black, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
He and another YouTuber, I'm not too familiar with him. His name's Joe Wheeler, something like that. They had some sort of Twitter dispute or something, and they decided to solve it through celebrity boxing.
I really don't know who Joe Wheeler is. Like, I didn't watch any of his content, but he hyped up this fight a lot. He said he trained a lot. He said he was going to go in and destroy KSI, which he obviously didn't, because KSI trained really freaking hard, and he had everything he was going to do to Joe Wheeler written on his boxing gloves. Like, every single thing he said he would do was written on his boxing gloves. And they went like 4 rounds, right? It was 6 rounds of 3 minutes.
I'm pretty sure it was 4 rounds.
It got to the 4th round, and Wheeler was gassed. They were both pretty exhausted, but you could tell KSI did a lot of cardio work, and he worked on his gas tank because he was able to go for that 4th round. He was still pretty strong, and he got his second wind at the very end to hit him with those combinations, and it was just it was a really good fight. For celebrity boxing, it was really good, like amateur wise.
Oh yeah.
YouTube needs to do this more because that tracked in 1.6 million views on each stream, one from KSI, one from Joe. Like divided, like they both made 1.6 million viewers on there of a live stream.
Oh yeah, it was fantastic. I thought it was very good, like production value.
Mhm.
Like the camera work was very excellent, and
They sold out tickets to that venue in a day. 8,000 people.
Oh yeah, huge event, huge event.
I don't know. They both did a really good job though. There was really good boxing from both ends. I really wish Joe did a bit more punching. I could tell he was nervous. I've been in his shoes before. It's really nervous and like nerve-wracking and all that. But he put up a good fight against KSI. He did show some good head movement and some good hits, some good shots. But he just didn't punch enough, and KSI did really good with his jab. That's how he did. He did a lot of in work and outwork. Was really well.
Yeah, I agree. YouTubers should beat the fuck out of each other more
Yes,
often.
he called out Jake Paul and Logan Paul too. I mean, all around, great fight. The production was amazing. So many people, like the crowd was on their feet whenever the main event started with KSI and Joe. And every time someone got hit, the crowd was cheering. The audience was going crazy. YouTube really hit it good with this, and I think there's definitely going to be more boxing matches on YouTube like this, and this is going to start a bunch of people.
I hope there's more boxing matches. Like I know KSI at the end of the fight, KSI for one he shouted out mental illness, and he also called out the Paul brothers, both of them. He said he'd box them.
It's funny because he said the Paul brother. He said Jake Paul, Logan Paul, anyone with the last name Paul. And so Jake Paul and Logan Paul are trying to dodge him and be funny and say, "Oh, you have to fight our dad because he has the last name Paul." And KSI actually made a response to that today, saying he was not going to do that and that they are just very childish. And like the response is really good. I recommend you go watch it because
imagine KSI just fucking beats the shit out of Logan Paul's dad.
That would be hilarious. Oh my god! This is probably going to start like another big boxing boom because the last boxing boom happened when the Rocky movies came out. Everyone wanted to be a boxer, and so everyone that watched this fight that was maybe thinking about doing something like that, I think they're going to inspire some young kids to try and take up boxing.
As long as they didn't see any of the recent Mayweather fights, then yeah.
Those were YouTubers fighting other YouTubers. This should just be a whole thing.
Oh, it should be a thing. It should definitely be a thing.
That'd
I just hope
so
they don't.
great.
I hope they don't turn it into a YouTube Red series, though. I ain't paying for that.
I hope iDubbbz and Jinx certainly decide.
I was about to mention that. Like, whatever happened to that?
Well, Jinx
bitched out.
Yeah, he wussed out and didn't want to fight iDubbbz because iDubbbz was actually training. He looks like a skeleton, but he has muscles there.
It would have been so hilarious. Yeah, iDubbbz get this shit kicked out.
I bet iDubbbz could have taken. Jinx didn't look that big.
No,
Jinx is like a former like army guy, though, isn't he?
Wait, what? No.
What?
No.
I mean, he was just black. I mean,
that's not real.
Oh my goodness! I might have to censor that.
But yeah, all around good production, good fight, and definitely seeing more of that. Probably, I guarantee we're going to see more of stuff like that.
All right. Well, let's move along forward. Then we're going to go straight into our thoughts on this year's Superb Owl.
Hey, I love me some Superb Owl.
Now, there was this very great white barn owl. Oh my god, beautiful. Anyway, let's get into the actual conversation. Super Bowl happened this past Sunday. Patriots versus Eagles. Advertisements were played.
There's
halftime shows happen. everything else. What do you guys think about this year's Super Bowl? What anything special?
First off, I hate the Patriots. Very happy they lost, and I hope Tom Brady cried a lot. Second off, everyone got really angry that Prince was projected onto a sheet of paper because he specifically said when he was alive that holograms are demonic, and he wouldn't want to be made one.
Dude, just make him a hologram. It'd be funny. Think Tupac wanted to be made a hologram?
Tupac's still alive. He's probably mad that they made him do a hologram.
He was on
He's
our
like, yo,
Carly.
yeah.
That wasn't a hologram. That was him painted
Yeah,
blue.
That's
Tupac's
another
in the
story.
Blumen group.
Yeah.
Yo,
He's a Brockhampton
oh.
fan. Big
I don't-
Brockhampton fan.
I don't think we have the technology to like project people on holograms. I think Tupac just painted himself blue.
Exactly.
But yeah, no, Eagles did a great job and they deserve this win. But for some reason, the entire city rioted, flipped fire trucks, lit City Hall's lawn on fire, and also painted the Rocky statue green.
Yo, what would you do if your town won the Super Bowl?
I'm just upset they painted Rocky green.
Makes him the Statue of Liberty.
Those are my thoughts. What do you guys think?
I thought the game itself was super fun to watch. Had a lot of cool, interesting plays. It was nice to see Tom Brady choke when he was trying to, catch, and it just slipped right through his fingers. And then the Eagles did the exact same play and scored a touchdown, which is a big, FU to Tom Brady.
God, I hate Tom Brady.
Oh, I hate him too. Like I recognize he's a great quarterback.
Oh yeah, don't
it just-
get me wrong. I
oh.
don't hate him because he's good. Like I
Man.
reckon he has well respect as a quarterback. It's just as a person I hate him.
They just win too much in that whole sketchy vibe the Patriots have for
Oh
cheating
no, they
and
definitely
shit.
cheat. They definitely did.
Yeah.
They have cheated.
They have, Bill Belichick's still somehow a coach. And also I have to say, actually, probably my favorite play was the very last one. Last 10 seconds, Tom Brady throws that Hail Mary. The guy almost catches it, but no, there's 5 dudes on him just rejecting the ball.
That just makes
That was
Tom Brady
probably
feel worse.
Oh, that was probably the best part because he almost got that. That was actually scary. I was clenching my butt cheeks when he threw that. I was like, whew.
My
Tom
favorite
Brady-
part.
Sorry. I was gonna say one more
No,
thing.
go ahead.
I honest to God thought that game was gonna go into overtime. He was gonna score that touchdown and cause make a 2-point conversion. And I was about to shit myself. I honestly thought the Pats could have clutched it somehow.
I think
But
it's
yeah,
funny that
that's
some
all.
people predicted this game was going to be 40-0 Patriots.
What?
Yeah, that was my little brother. He literally said that to me.
I saw other people talking about it though. I think there was a Reddit post. It's
I,
really funny how many
Hell
people thought the
no.
Patriots are going to destroy them.
Hell no.
I actually bet on the Super Bowl with my brother, my little brother. My little brother's a diehard Pats fan, mostly because he's a bandwagon fan, and B, he's a hype beast. So guess what
Ooh.
his 2 favorite sports teams are? The Patriots and the Cavaliers. Gotta love it. Anyways, so I bet on the Eagles, and he very patriotically said, no, the Pats are gonna win. I said, okay, whoever loses gives up their aux cord privileges. For you guys at home, when my brother drives us both to church because I like riding to church. I don't want to have to drive that early. So I ride in the car, and usually we have the aux cord, and me and him will trade. Every other song is we get to pick the song. So now for the next month, I get the aux cord 24/7. Not 24/7. I get the aux cord full time on the way to church, basically.
You gonna be blasted those little pumps?
No, that's what he plays. I'm gonna be playing what he hates. I'm gonna be playing Tyler the Creator, Brockhampton, Joe Budden, Death Grips. I'm gonna be playing all this stuff that he has openly said, I do not like this.
Actual good music.
Yeah.
The Silver Surfer intermission.
Yes, the Silver Surfer intermission will be on 24/7 repeat.
We will be riding that wave all the way to the good Lord.
Oh man. Anyways, but I actually predict I only watch one football game a year, and that's usually I'm not even saying usually. That is the Super Bowl. I only watch the Super Bowl, and I always predict on it. Well, I've only been predicting the winner for the past maybe 5 years, and I have yet to get one wrong. So next year I might think about actually gambling on the stupid Super Bowl.
You need to start putting money on that, definitely. But that's probably going to be the year that you guess wrong.
Yeah, I could see that happening. But, overall, I actually really enjoy football. And one interesting thing to me about this game is, I usually watch esports, League of Legends, and in esports there's a very clear defined meta. And this year it seemed like there was a football meta, they did a lot of fakes. The Super Bowl in the Super Bowl they faked it a lot. They'd fake to pass and then throw it, or they'd fake they're gonna throw it then run it. They did a lot of fakes, which I thought was interesting. So I thought, wow, there's a clear defined Super Bowl meta in my mind. And also some of the plays that they did were, oh man, I just loved hearing the casters say oh, this is gonna be rejected, the Patriots are gonna win. They kept hyping up the Patriots.
Oh, don't even get me started on that.
And then the refs were like, the Eagles score. And then the casters are like, if I were that ref, I would not have done that call. But that happened twice. And my favorite play of the entire game, it was near the end. Tom Brady went to throw the ball, and one of the guys, I don't know these positions. One of the guys came up and kind of hit his hand to where he dropped the ball, and it fumbled. He fumbled the ball, and then
he got sacked, I thought.
Yeah, he got sacked afterwards, but he hit it out of his hand first and fumbled it, and then the guy picked it up and just took off. And I don't know, and apparently that guy went to my school that I'm going to, UT. So it's kind of cool knowing that a guy that went to my school did a practically game-winning play at the Super Bowl. That was
against
nice.
Tom Brady also.
Yeah.
So I didn't watch the Super Bowl, but my favorite play of the game was when Tom Brady pressed Q. I also I have a problem with the meme kid. You guys know about this meme kid?
Oh yeah, the selfie kid or whatever.
The kid next to Justin Timberlake, he's blowing up. What is that?
He doesn't deserve it. He was just minding his own business.
He was just minding his own business.
Now he's being bullied.
It's not that he's
Poor
being
kid.
bullied, it's just that everyone's just worshiping him. Or I think.
People are comparing him. He looks like the one ant from the movie Ants. He looks like pretty much all of them.
That's
all
mean.
Of the ants from movie Ants.
I know. That's why he doesn't deserve it. He's just
Poor
a kid
kid.
minding his own business. Freaking 40-year-old Conor McGregor goes up singing next to him, and all of a sudden he's a meme.
No lie, I think Justin Timberlake kinda looks like Robin in a way.
No, I see that too.
Do you see it? I'm not the only one,
I
right?
see it.
Yeah, but no, a lot of people are outraged about the prince being projected on the sheet.
I am too. Justin Timberlake and Prince had beef at one point.
Yeah, it's funny because Prince hated Justin Timberlake.
Yeah, that's kind of disrespectful.
He verbally did not like Justin Timberlake.
Was Prince from Milwaukee or something?
I don't remember, but
yeah,
all I know is
I don't know much about Prince. But
Justin Timberlake tried to talk with him about something. Right? I don't know the full story.
I don't know the full story either.
He tried collabing with him, I think, or just talking with him, and Prince said no. He just didn't like the way he sang or something. I don't remember.
Like
You know, one more thing about Tom Brady that always pisses me off.
the
How
fact
come
he
it-
kisses his son.
No, not that,
Ugh.
but the fact that it looks like he always needs a haircut. Like, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, the back of his hair is never tapered. Like, it's never clean. It's just like, ugh.
And
Like,
it's funny because if he gets sacked, he yells at his team. He's like, "You're not doing your job. I'm getting hurt here, guys." Like he gets really angry if he gets sacked.
oh, he's a poor sport. Yeah.
Very poor.
Yeah, you see him crying after his, oh no,
Oh,
I
yeah.
didn't win my 6th Super Bowl. Oh no.
Hey,
Cries.
we gotta keep the Steelers on top. Represent, boys.
Is
Oh,
Tom Brady the
God.
donut guy? The guy with
If the
Dunkin' Donuts?
Titans ever go to the Super Bowl, I will give away an unusual.
I'm still waiting for them. I'm waiting for the Dolphins to get their chance.
Hey, man, you guys have it a lot better than I do. I'm from Cleveland. I'm a Browns fan. It's hard to be. It's hard
everyone's-
being a Browns fan.
Honestly,
man.
people are rooting for the Browns to get a chance,
Yeah, it's hard.
but
dude.
it's really
We
hard.
went 0-16. We had zero
Perfect.
wins.
The perfect season.
The Browns perfect. It was, dude. It's like it's honestly it's frustrating. I cannot watch a Browns game because it's honestly, God, it's a freaking joke.
I can't wait for the Yankees to go to the Super Bowl.
Yo, I can't wait for the
That's-
XFL. You hear about that coming back?
What's that?
It's like the pro wrestling league meets football.
Ooh, I saw those.
Oh,
I
yeah,
saw-
I remember
Like with
that.
what's his name? The one guy that does that funny walk in the one meme.
Ric
McMahon?
Flair?
No,
No,
McMahon.
Vince
McMahon,
Vince-
McMahon.
Yeah, McMahon.
McMahon's running it or something.
Of course he's running it.
Wait, so is it like do they like RKO quarterbacks and shit?
I don't know.
Well, yeah. If it's wrestling with football, you got to get the ball.
Yeah, that
you
is
get the
true.
ball to the one end, but to stop them, you could pick them up and Batista bomb them.
619, a motherfucker. around the
Bro,
goalpost.
6-1. Just kill someone.
Oh my gosh, this is the first time I'm hearing about this.
I bet you're excited now.
I'm pumped.
Yo,
Oh my
imagine
God.
someone going to get a touchdown and you grab them and hit them with a stone cold stunner.
Oh
Fucking,
man.
what's his Undertaker literally drives his bike on the field.
Just holding the ball.
He just rides to the end and takes a touchdown.
Bonesaw is ready.
Boom.
Come on my
God.
face, brother.
Oh my God.
The cream of the crop will get to the top.
I don't see how it's fair for John Cena because they just be seeing like an invisible ball. Like
There's no floating ball.
All right. Well,
Is it time for the best section of the podcast?
it is in fact time for the best section of the podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the replacement segment of the Grammys that I forgot to include. The favorite video game song segment.
Oh, I thought we were doing viewer
cool.
questions.
We're gonna put this here because we got rid of the Grammys as a topic, and I forgot to include Nick's suggestion.
Hey.
All right, so favorite video game song. Who wants to start us off?
Can I start?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, this is really simple. This is a no-brainer. Simple and clean for Kingdom Hearts 2.
Really simple, huh? Simple
Yeah,
and
it's-
clean.
When that song plays, that opening CGI cinematic, you're not skipping it. You're sitting there and you're remembering everything. You will
'Cause
sit
you
there and
can't skip it.
you will listen. You will listen to that song. Oh, it's so good. I still listen to it to this day, and it makes me cry sometimes because it's so good. Simple and clean.
There's some Kingdom Hearts, yeah.
Yeah, Kingdom Hearts 2, I'm pretty sure it's when that one was.
Right. Do you guys want to go or should I go?
I'll go. So mine, I'm not exactly sure of the name of the song. It's from Kirby, but it's also on Smash Brothers on the one Meta Knight level, Halberd. It's the one that plays the most there. I forget. I don't know what it's called, but it's basically the Meta Knight theme, and it's It's so good. I love it.
Well,
I just like most of the Kirby soundtrack, to be honest. Gourmet Race is good. The Mark's theme is fantastic. All the boss music's really good. I don't know. I just like Kirby music.
well, my choice for my favorite song is um it has to be the Lord Gwyn of Cinder theme from Dark Souls 1. You know, Dark Souls is probably one of my favorite games ever made, 'cause it's so stupidly hard when you first play it. It's also stupidly hard when you continue to play it because, just one mistake and you're dead. Anyway, getting to the final boss of Dark Souls is kind of a hard endeavor because, well, Dark Souls is a great game, but it's kind of like difficult to get through. Like it gets really boring. But once you get to the final boss, you like hear like cool music, and it's like the story is over, like your quest is finished. You just gotta get past this one thing, even though the boss is the easiest boss in the game. But anyway, it's a really great song. It's very triumphant in a way.
Oh, real quick, I want to shout out the Halo soundtrack as well. The Halo soundtrack is
Halo.
fantastic.
Oh, with the
Beautiful.
Oh my goodness. That the Halo 3 menu music gives me chills every time I hear it. It's so good.
Alright, for me, my favorite video game music, mine takes me way back to the PlayStation 2 era, with my first ever rated T game, which was Jak 3 from the Jak and Daxter series. And the music
was a
I
good-
always remember, yeah, oh god, I love those games. The one I always remember is the Wasteland music when you're just being attacked by marauders. Or also, it's just like, the more I think about it, the more nostalgic I get, and it's just so like epic, but like ominous and mysterious, and like also when you get the Dune Hopper car to go to like the monk's temple, oh, that's great too. Just everything about Jak 3. Oh god, I gotta play that game again. I just wish they'd come out on PlayStation 4 with like a remastered version of all three. Whew. I want to listen to that now. It's like, oh, I'm all nostalgic.
I actually want to change mine to Life is a Highway from the Cars video game soundtrack. Life is
Oh,
a highway. I'm gonna ride.
Can I
it
choose Through the
all
Fire and the
night
Flames
long.
from Guitar Hero 3? Just actual fucking music.
Can I choose Only the Strongest Will Survive from Halo 2?
Oh my god.
All right, now it's actually time for your favorite section. Everyone loves it. Everyone loves it. It is the viewer question section. These are questions that you, the viewer, have asked us. If you want to ask a question for our next podcast, feel free to do so in our Discord, which I have linked below. Anyways, let's get into it. The first question we have here is, what is the worst pain you have ever felt?
I'll start off with this one.
Mm.
I'd have to say the worst pain I ever felt was when I had mononucleosis and my tonsils swelled up to about the size of 2 golf balls, and I drank a glass of water, and it was so painful. Like I couldn't drink a glass of water, so it was also like mentally painful and physically painful. And it felt like 1,000 knives going down my throat, and it stung and it was swelling, and I legitimately just started crying because I couldn't drink water. It was that painful. So that's the worst pain I've ever felt. Ooh, Lord.
I know mine. Mine is when I was a kid, like a real youngster, like 6. I was like all kids, and I used to use things that weren't swords as swords. And so I had a ruler, right? And I was playing with the ruler like it was a sword. And I guess I slashed upwards, And rather than killing the beast in front of me, I guess I don't even remember what I was fighting. Uh, I I hit my eye with the ruler.
Oh,
It took out a big chunk of eye,
Oh my
and I had
god.
to go into the hospital. And they had to put some drops in there, some special thing. I couldn't open it without feeling awful, so I had to wear an eye patch for a good 2 weeks.
That's cool though. Eye patches are
It wasn't
cool.
a cool looking eye patch, though. It was a white medical one. And not like the one Rika wears in Chunibu either. It was like a ugly. It looked like a band aid, and it was awful. I picked the eye patch because thought it'd be cool. But they gave you this ugly looking one. It wasn't even a cool pirate eye patch. Like, you're giving this to a kid. You should give them pirate eye patches, for crying out loud.
How are you gonna cosplay as Aubrey now?
see, that always
That's-
makes me cringe. I hate stuff with the eye. Ugh.
Oh yeah, that is by far the worst pain I've ever felt.
Well, this is gonna be like a bit like silly, but I remember last year I had like a sore shoulder, and it was the first time I've had that. So I had to like get like a hot patch and like put it on there. I felt like shit whenever I put that on, but it only lasted for like 2 days. So
That's your worst pain?
I'm a smart kid. I don't like,
Oh
get
my
myself hurt.
goodness.
It's not my
A
fault you guys fucking stab
freaking
yourself.
hot patch.
It's not my fault you guys stab yourselves in the eye with rulers and like
Hey.
drink like toxic water.
Well, I had an illness. There's no. There's
What
no way
about
around
you,
that.
Nightwing? What's your worst pain?
I once tried to vault over a stack of like plywood that was being used to make something like a gazebo,
Ooh.
and I completely destroyed my shin all the way up the plywood.
Oh.
Oh,
Splinters, dirt, monk, everything in that cut. And I rode my bike all the way back to the house, bleeding leg, completely covered in blood. And I sat there. My mom went, "Well, we gotta get all that stuff out," and scrubbed my leg with a toothbrush,
Oh.
like a stiff toothbrush, to get everything out.
It hurts.
And I was like, and then just pouring hydrogen peroxide on it the entire time.
oh God.
Then I went to the doctor, and then the guy's like, "Well, this is the cleanest wound I've ever seen. Good thing your mom did that, or we would have to use the steel brush." And I just sat there and like, just went, And,
Brush.
that was pretty
Gosh.
bad. Like, that was really bad. But probably, I mean, I've been knocked out cold. That was bad. Major concussions are bad. I've had a kidney stone. That's really bad.
Christ.
That
You're
is.
not dead.
I'm surprised. And then, honestly, the hardest out of all of them, after like concussion, kidney stone, leg cut, all of that, it's honestly heartbreak.
Oof.
That is the worst
Oof.
pain.
Too
Just-
I
real
know
for
that
me.
feel too.
Just feel like, honestly, like I have like a metaphorical, just like big gash across my chest that I feel like is constantly being opened. That sucks.
Oof.
I know that feeling, man. I'm there with you, brother. But hey, it gets better.
Yeah, I know. Oh,
You guys are
just
making
take
me
time.
feel. You guys are making me feel like a pussy. You guys have these like
Because
awesome
you
good cuts.
are a pussy. Pussy.
Ooh.
It's not my fault. I don't get myself hurt.
Alright, let's go with a question even a pussy like Potato Nick can answer. If you can have anything as a pet, we'll go. He wasn't specific with the question. We'll go fictional creature as well. What animal would you have as a pet, basically? So it can be fictional if you want.
A human.
Oh God.
That's a little wrong.
We'll censor it out.
Can you repeat the question? What was that? What was that
If
question?
you can have anything as a pet, what would you have as a pet? I'll let you choose a fictional creature.
A fictional creature. Oof.
It we'll also say it's a tamed pet, so it's tamed. It won't hurt you.
Really? I just I know you can have them as pets, but I don't think you can have them in the United States unless unless it's a state law. But I'd love to have like a pet barn owl, just because I think they're just beautiful creatures, and they're so, I don't know, something about them. I just love them. I'd love to have one, sitting on my shoulder, or have a falconer's glove with an owl on it as I'm just going about my day. And give it a cool ass name like Xerxes or something like that.
I'd probably have a skeleton, like a real life one.
A skeleton.
I would have a
Like an animated one.
I would have a polytoad. Polytoad it's my favorite
Pokemon.
Pokemon. Yo, Polytoad's a dope Pokemon, dude. Freaking love him. And for some reason I have a weird obsession with frogs.
I can't think of which one it is, but I would have. This is like the one kid at the playground when you're saying what superpower he has, and he says he can do it everything, you know? But I would have that one SCP that everything in the SCP universe is balanced around. The one that like can kill anything and you can't contain it. You know which one I'm talking about? I don't remember what it's called.
Is it the peanut?
No, it's like you find it in the basement in SCP Containment Breach, but that one it's
computer?
overpowered. No.
I never
It's like
played
a
SCP,
creature. I don't know how to describe it. I would pick that, but if I couldn't pick that, I think it would be kind of cool to have what was I thinking?
Kirby.
Well, Kirby
Kirby.
is sentient. I wouldn't want to.
Well, animals are sentient.
Well, you know, he doesn't have a. They don't have what's the word I'm looking for? Reason.
A mouth that could absorb you.
Kirby has reason. You know, animals don't have reason. That's why they're animals and not people. I think that I would take. Gosh, what am I thinking of? You know what? I'm just going to go with the easy one and say Tyranitar because that's my favorite Pokemon. I would have a Tyranitar.
You guys picking the easy Pokemon answers.
Heck yeah.
Good choice.
There's only one Pokemon, and that's Pikachu.
It'd be kind of cool that it would be cool to have any Pokemon, but it'd be kind of cool to have a Pikachu too. Anyways, our next question is: what is your favorite bad game? So, like a game that's considered bad that you might like, or a game that's so bad that it's good. What is the room of games to you?
That's kind of a tough one because every game I like I consider good.
Excuse me while I scroll through my Steam list.
Well, we can't
I'm gonna
just have radio.
I'm gonna have to put a game mode.
All right, what is it?
Like in TF2, I consider some Freak Fortresses kind of bad just because the hails are so busted or cringy. Like, you have hails like fucking sands and shit like that. But, I still like playing them because, I know it can be sometimes challenging, but most of the time it just sucks because it's so busted and broken and it's not fun. But at the same time, it can be fun. You just got to find ways to cheese it.
No, really, man. Favorite bad game. So, like, it's just a game you have fun with, but it's like regarded as really bad.
Yeah, that could be an answer. I know my answer, so I'll go ahead and say it.
Yeah, what's your answer?
Mine is, it's not like a full-blown video game, but it is a game. In Tabletop Simulator, there's a board game called Dog.
Oh, no.
Oh
And
my God.
Dog is really bad, but really fun, because you're just, the whole time...
That was the worst board game ever.
The whole time you and your friends are suffering together and just laughing about everything.
That's probably mine then, too.
Dog.
I hated that. Like, it's literally, you sit there, you're basically in limbo. the entire time you're playing. Because you land on a space, and then you go back 5 spaces, and when you land on that space, it says, go back to start, and you're like,
If we're talking critically acclaimed, though, mine would probably be the Treyarch Call of Duty games. People mostly like the Infinity Ward ones, but I like the Treyarch ones the most because of the zombies. Gotta love them zombies.
I think at the top of my head, mine would be like Postal 3. Like even the creators of Postal 3
Oh
hate this game.
gosh.
But I kind of like have fun playing it sometimes.
Ew.
What? It's kind of fun.
Postal
like
2 is so much better.
They made an expansion pack for Postal 2 making fun of Postal 3 as well.
Yeah, I played that too. Because I love Postal. Postal 2 is actually one of my top 10 games of all time, I'd actually say. I have an endless amount of enjoyment playing Postal 2. I might actually play Postal 2 after this is done. Alright, did we all... I think we all answered. So, next question is... How do you become relevant? I guess...
I think the simple answer to that is don't worry about being relevant. Just be yourself, and people will like you.
Just roll with the punches.
Yeah, you don't. If you focus on being relevant, you'll never become relevant.
I like those answers. One thing, I can say this as the most relevant player on Railbait.
I mean, he's not wrong.
Yeah, I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
The only one more relevant is Zam Man, but even then it's like a tie. Anyways, enough tooting my horn. Because I actually hate tooting my horn.
I thought this was New Year, New Tyro.
Shut up. Anyways, from experience, I have never craved fame. I have never craved to be liked. I do what makes me and my friends laugh. And if that happens to make other people laugh and want more of it, then that happens to make other people laugh and want more of it. Another thing is just don't be unlikable. Recently, I'm gonna go and talk about this. I'm gonna go ahead and bring it up. Recently, as we all know, Toxin got his server, and me and Toxin used to be pretty cool with each other. I thought we were even friends, but when he got his server, I mean, for one, I heard that there was some sort of like ban on site rule against me and He-Man, and then He-Man played on there and got banned, and so I thought, okay, it was true. He came and had this like holier than thou attitude ever since that happened, that he got a server, and he'll come on Railbait and just complain endlessly. He'll like trash talk with no like joking manner behind it like me. Like I'm always joking. He's dead serious. He'll just say stuff that no one wants to hear. He doesn't follow the golden rule, and I think that's the most important thing. Only do to other people what you'd have them do to you. Like I'm fine if anyone makes fun of me the way I make fun of other people, because I can handle it. So I'm fine with that.
You gotta have thick skin.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Toxin, you'll say something, and then he'll get so defensive and throw out the shures real quick. And
I could literally just look him in the eyes and just say animals, and he'd pop off on me.
Oh yeah, he's
just one simple
very
word.
Thin, very thin skin. So that's probably
control.
That's probably the biggest thing right there to becoming relevant. I know this was a joke question, but I gave an actual answer. So do what you want. Nothing's
a joke question. You have to take it seriously. And my thing of being relevant, you gotta be good. You gotta be good at the game, right? How you gonna be relevant and be bad? You know what I'm saying? You know, so get out those loose cannons and spam away. You know what I'm saying? That's how you get relevant, at least in my eyes. All right, there we have it. The real way to be relevant from Potato Nick.
All right, what is our next question? What do you hope you are remembered for? So once you pass,
Yeah.
and if you believe in heaven, you go to heaven, or whatever. Once you pass, what do you want people to think? Man, remember that?
Yeah, I'll start this one off. Well, for me, I'm going back to school in the summertime to start off my EMT courses, which will eventually lead into me becoming a firefighter with further education. So, with my future career as a firefighter, I want to be remembered for, helping out the community and saving people, like that guy who pulled, three babies out of that burning, home and stuff like that. And I want to be the guy who, I save a kid, and then later in life, that kid comes up to me, all grown up, and just gives me a hug and, just says thank you. And then when I pass away, those people I saved are going to be at my funeral and be like, wow, that's the firefighter who saved my life when I was younger.
I want to be just like him.
Yeah. That's what I want to be remembered by, is my legacy as a firefighter saving lives.
This is a hard one for me.
I'll go. I have this big built up fantasy that I'll be some sort of rich lawyer. But the main thing that I want out of life is I want to find a wife and make a good family. And there's no one on this earth that I respect more than my parents. So if I could just be a good parent to my son that I have in the future, and he thinks, wow, I have a good dad that, cared for me and gave me what I need and want, then I think overall that's good enough for me.
Uh, I think I'd like to be remembered for my kindness, but people don't even remember me now for that. So, I don't know. It's kind of like one of my like fears. And I know it's cliche, but one of my fears is like being forgotten after you die. Cause then, like, what did you live for? For nothing? So I don't know. I hope one day to like make some music and like people remember like, oh, I remember Kennedy made that one track. Oh, it's pretty cool. Just like one track, and if like 5 people remember me for that, that's all I want.
Yeah, remember that Kennedy, that Potato Nick dude? He had like 50K plays on SoundCloud.
Yo, that face when
I have more plays on SoundCloud to that right now, but
I'll be
I
remembered
don't
for
know.
freaking haystacks. Oh gosh. And not even for my verse.
The Y verse. Y goes
Me a
double
entire word
plat, no
combination.
features.
All right. What about you, Nick? What are you thinking?
I want to be remembered for being me, being nice, helping everyone I can, just being the guy that's there for everyone.
That's good to hear. That's good.
Being remembered as the dude, I guess.
The dude.
All of those are nice positions to take, and I hope we all can achieve that. All right, enough depressing stuff. Next is what trend would you start? So if you could forcibly start like a meme or a trend, something to catch on in the public eye, what would you start?
I think I'd bring back parachute pants. Hear me out. All those pockets are very helpful. Now, they look retarded, today's standards, and I would never wear them. But if they were to come back, I think I'd wear them, because think of all the possibilities with all those pockets. I'm just saying, I think very tactical here.
So parachute pants or cargo pants?
Well, I mean, parachute pants has more pockets on them than cargo pants. Cargo shorts never go out of style. I got a pair right here on the ground right next to me. But like, like the full-on parachute pants that have like 20 pockets on both sides. Oh yeah. If you could wear those without looking like a dumbass, think of the possibilities.
All right. I'll go because I have a very specific one that I know I'd bring back. I would definitely bring back New York boom bap hip hop.
Ooh,
Like
what's that?
right now, it is the age of trap, and
Yes.
trap is the beats are nice, but the lyrics are severely lacking. I mean, if you look at the Billboard 100 list or whatever, you'll see like 6ix9ine, Lil Pump. All they really do is scream and make hype music. I like Lil Pump. He's got a good energy. I could care less for 6ix9ine, but you know, I do. But recently, I found out a way to put Jay-Z on Spotify by abusing the local file system. And just listening to Jay-Z again and how what he's saying means something. And not only that, but it sounds so like I never feel more confident than walking down the street listening to Jay-Z because you feel like a freaking king with his attitude going in your ear. And so I would definitely bring back like a New York lyrical boom bap style where it's more about what they're spitting and how they spit it than it is about the fancy beats and if the hook is catchy. So that's like there's revivalists like Joey Badass that are fantastic, but even so, like I would just love for that to gain even more traction in the mainstream eye rather than the trap movement that is now. What about y'all? What are y'all thinking?
Start a new trend. I don't know. I'm okay with all the trends going on, and I don't really think I'm a trendsetter. The only thing I ever started was a Webkins thing at elementary school. A trend.
What about you, Potato Nick? You
What
thinking
about you,
of anything?
Potato? I think Potato Nick died.
Yeah.
Rip.
For I'd bring back rock because rock is dead at the moment.
Oof.
It's the sad truth. But yeah, I just bring back rock. I miss rock.
That's fair.
I'm gonna go for a solid skip on this question.
All right, that's fair too. All right, guys, let's wrap things up with our song recommendations, and then we'll wrap it up and be done till 2 weeks from now. We're moving to the bi-weekly schedule. It's better for everyone. So, thanks for watching, though. I'll go ahead and I guess I'll go first. Since the Eagles did, in fact, win the Super Bowl, my song suggestion for the week is going to be the Dreams and Nightmares intro by Meek Mill. This was the Eagles' theme song in the locker room, and it was what played when they ran out onto the field. This song has a very nice melodic, like, first half where he basically speaks about his come up. And then the second half is real in your face, braggadocio, like I've made it. And that together just makes this is considered, at least for me, this is considered a top 5 intro track to any album of all time. And it really shows. I think the song's been out for what, 5 years? I could be wrong. I'll look it up afterwards. But it's been out for so long, and yet it still has this huge cultural impact, enough to where the Eagles play it on their way out of the locker room onto the field. So it's a great song. Go listen to it, and yeah, go Eagles. Good job for winning.
All right, for me, I'm gonna have to go with Hannibal Buress's Morpheus freestyle.
Ooh, that was pretty good.
You know, Morpheus and Dorcas go to eat walruses with your orifices. She sells by the sea Morpheus. Yeah, it's just a meme I've been really enjoying lately, you know. Morpheus drinking a 40 in a death basket. Yeah, that's my recommendation. I think it's just I just can't stop listening to it. It's so stupid, but I love it.
Mine's gonna have to be Rat-a-Tat by Fall Out Boy on their Save Rock and Roll album. I really love Fall Out Boy. I really do.
Okay. Mine would have to be My Kind of Woman off of Mac DeMarco's album. What album is that off of? 2. It's off of Mac DeMarco's album 2. It's a really like nice song. It's nice and like it like flows like very simply and very smoothly. It's not too long of a song, so you can like listen to it. It's got a nice catchy chorus, and I like it. It sort of fits the theme of Valentine's Day, even though I'll have literally nothing to do on Valentine's Day because I don't have a
Hey,
Valentine,
same.
and I can't, you know, do the forbidden dance because I have a bet going on with the rest of the guys.
Saving yourself for marriage. What a good boy. All right.
Holy.
Can't even fat because fucking this February.
I mean, I'm not taking part of it, so whatever. Anyways, thank you once again for joining us. Little bit of a slow episode, but we made it. We made it. We're Gucci, guys. So thank you for watching us. Thanks for supporting us. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Look at the links below in the description. Please join us again in 2 weeks, and appreciate you.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye. Thanks for listening.
Get that dang old thing out of there.